What's up, YouTube? All right, so before we go into my top 3 things that will help you not fail at guitar, my opinion, of course, I want you to drop the answer to this question in the comments. So what are your top things to becoming a great musician, guitar player? What do you need, in your opinion, to succeed at this art of guitar? Like, what is it that we need? So I want you to look at this number here, and I have to go into this. Number one, I have to do it quick because you'll be gone. If you look at our analytics in a YouTube video, you guys drop off so fast because of this. In 2000, the average attention span was 12 seconds for an adult. 12. Doesn't sound like very long. However, in 2013 up until now, it roughly switched over to 8 to 8.25 seconds. Now really think about that. Can you become a great guitar player if you don't have an attention span? It's really a rhetorical question. The answer is no. You cannot. All right, now let's talk about some of the reasons. And again, I love holding this guitar. Guitar is life, music is life. And I want to get as better as I want to be the best I can be, and I want to help you become the best you can be. But in order for me to do that, I need to have an attention span, and so do you. So here are some of the reasons. Obviously, if you think about from 2000 to 2024, what happened in our world? Massive, massive shift in technology, right? It has just been crazy from the recording world. Every kind of technological devices come out, iPhones, iPads, computers, laptops, smartwatches. I'm guilty as you are, but I think what you have to do is you need to figure out how to grow your attention span. And I have ADHD, so if you suffer with that, let me know. It's a blessing and a curse in life, let me tell you. But I'll lead into my second point, so stick around for that because it bookends right to the back of this perfectly. And this is they're all very important. They go together, they connect the dots, all right? So too much technology is pulling us in every direction. We only have so much bandwidth. I'm sure, look around your house. Tell me in the comments again. I'm in this room by myself, but I've got my computer over here. I've got my iPad Pro I just bought here. I've got another iPad over there. I've got TVs. I don't have them in every room for a specific reason, but the technology is just everywhere. So we only have so much bandwidth, and all of this is what is lowering our attention span as a society. And you will not get good at guitar if you don't have one, all right? So some things you can do: take your guitar outside and play for a little bit, all right? Read a book. One of my things I do is I love reading books, and more on this in a moment. I'm reading this Jeff Tweedy book. Thank you, Jeff, from Wilco, How to Write One Song. Of course, my dog got it because I was reading it in the backyard, but managed to save the corners, all right? So what do you do to kind of reset your mind? I do that. I go to the gym, was where I get half my ideas for these videos. And believe me, I have to have an attention span even to do this. All right, so attention spans, isn't that crazy? Like, what do you think about that? 8 to 8.25 seconds. It's kind of mind-blowing when I looked up that stat. I was like, wow. So we've lost roughly close to 4 seconds, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I guess from 12 to 8 or 8.25, that's a big shift. And we know why. It's all this technology, and it's just going to get more prevalent. This AI stuff is bonkers. More to come on that. All right, now let's go into number 2, okay? What is number 2? Well, this one is one of the most important. Develop a system, all right? So you have to develop a system. To me, one of my favorite words in life is efficiency, or just the idea of being efficient, because what does that lead to? Efficiency, the basic definition, loosely, it's doing something in the best way possible that gives you the best results, right? So how is that going to help you? Well, you're going to become better at that quicker, right? And you're going to find ways to do things in a better way. So guitar is the same way. So what do I mean by that? So here's kind of what I do, and you'll see it all over my channel. You'll see how I have chord charts and I write things down, but that's all part of my practice routine. Now, I did a video, it's the video that's got the most views on the channel. It triggered a lot of you, and it said stop noodling on it. And everyone was like, well, what do you mean? No, noodling, when you just pick up the guitar and you're playing away. Look, I'll never knock the fact that you're playing your instrument. That is great. That's part of it, okay? Pick up the instrument, it won't play itself. Not yet. Or maybe it does already, I don't know. So develop a practice routine, all right? So noodle away, but have something good. Now, for example, one of the things I'm doing right now, I'm working on triads, right? 3-note 3 notes, right? Major and minor triads, but I'm working on focusing on different string sets, like the G, B, and high E, and the D, G, and B string, and the E, A, and D string. So I'm learning, I mean, I know them, but I'm further cementing them, all right? You gotta keep your skill set sharp. Like, what do you do? How do you do? What do you have in your system that works for you? I write things down all the time. Mind maps, right? Do basic brainstorms. Write out some chords, okay? This is linked in the description. This is probably my numero uno tool that I will use for life. It's the chord wheel, aka the circle of fifths. And if you want to learn some theory, I know a lot of you are afraid of that. Don't run from it. This is an amazing tool. This is part of my system. It's always right here. You see I'm dropping everything off on this stand. Now, this has become an integral part of my system, which is this new iPad Pro, right? Further, I'm using it to raise my attention span though. So I write everything down on there. I found an app, Notability. I use that to organize everything, okay? So you have to develop your system, right? Read books. Oh, this is why I look back. So when I'm reading this book, any tidbits of information that I think can be part of my system of becoming a better musician or guitar player, it goes into a folder in my notes system on the iPad, all right? So now, to kind of finish this one up, I think this is probably one of the most important, and it doesn't involve playing at all, but it's like know when to rest. Failure is a part of life, right? We've always heard everyone say you have to fail to succeed, and you do, right? Like you need to learn to enjoy the journey, and that is part of your system. So if you feel like you're falling down too much, rest, take a day off. I try to play every day. Luckily for me, I don't depend on YouTube for making a living because I would be in a van by a river, but the channel finally got monetized. Thanks to you guys, you're amazing. But I'm just doing this to help you become better. That's my biggest passion. I already have an amazing career in music where I work in this room and I'm in a house with a view of the mountain. It's incredible. So again, this would not have happened for me if I didn't develop a system, right? So you need to do that too. So tell us, drop in the comments. I want you guys to interact. I'm in this room alone. This is a different world we live in. So tell us, like, what is your system? What are some tips and tricks you could share with the rest of us that can help us become better musicians? Let's face it, it doesn't matter if you're the world's best studio musician, you're in the world's biggest band, whatever. We're always growing, we're always learning. So your system is a part of that and you have to have it, okay? So looping back, number 1, attention span. You have to work on trying to expand that. That will help you be better at developing your system, your framework for success. And then the last one, number 3, what do you think that is? Well, it's apply it daily. Now I know I just said you can take a rest when you get burnt out or you think you're falling down too much. But apply your system daily if you can, even if it's for 5 minutes. Now, if part of your system is like you're on the couch and you're watching a show on Netflix and you're practicing some scales. I've done that before. I used to do this thing when I first started learning. Check this out. Where I would have no pick, just throw your strumming hand, picking hand completely out of it. And I would watch a show and I would sit there and I would just change chords like this. See, I would just do the open chords like that. Might get some trickier chords in there, okay? There's a little intro to Under the Bridge by the Chili Peppers. Did I get that? That's a brutal chord. All right. So again, know your system, but apply it daily, all right? So that is so important. Agree? Disagree? See how these all tie together? Attention span. If you don't have that, or you can't figure out a way to up that, you're pretty much doomed. I was talking to my friend too, we were talking about the good old, the zombie scrolling. That's part of the reason I stopped doing shorts on here as much, because I was a madman. I did a lot of those. That was part of my system of growing this YouTube channel to get exposure, and it worked, but I moved away because I really part of my system now is I want to help you become the best musician you can be, the best human you can be, and let's kind of book in this whole video. I think I'll do another video. This is number 1, really. This supersedes the attention span thing. This is embedded in every part. Have fun, right? If you are not having fun, what are you doing? Don't do it. Don't work a job you hate. I'm not saying every job's going to be fun, but find ways to have fun, okay? Even if it's for a small portion of that. But music, to me, this should be fun all the time, or the majority of the time. And there's gonna be times we struggle where like we're gonna doubt ourselves. I'm the worst guitarist that's ever lived. I stink at music, I quit. But no, have fun. So let me tell you one thing I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna link at the end of this video some playlists. I want you to check those out. This is how I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and apply part of my system. I should have mentioned this. Part of your system should be, if you can, play with other musicians. You have to do it. So today I'm in a 3-piece band. We're gonna work on Say It Ain't So by Weezer. Let me know if you know that one. What's your favorite Weezer song? We're gonna work on the Nirvana version of Man Who Sold the World by David Bowie, which those versions are so crazy different, but cool. David Bowie, R.I.P., legend. Nirvana, Kurt, one of my favorites. And that's what I'm gonna do today. And so I'm trying to show you in that, part of my system on this channel is to show you that we're all growing. None of us have this figured out 100%, and we never will, but that's the fun of it. So embrace that journey. So let me know what you think of that, and check out the links in the description. Please share this. Please hit the like button. It really helps. Now, if you made it this far, drop the word jellyfish in the comment section, in your comments somewhere, just at the end. I love, it's kind of like a little code that I know you made it this far and that you have a crazy good attention span. So for you, golf clap. You're amazing. Now, what do I always say? Remember, only you can stop you. You're not gonna stop, you're gonna keep going. And in the comments section, after you've dropped your comment, look in the pin part. That's a link to our newsletter. Would love for you to check that out. It's pretty good. All right, see you in the next video. Keep going. Peace.